Hey guys, so we are live. And what are we going to talk about today? Oh, I thought for a while there was no video on my live stream. Okay, I just found out it was there. So let me start again. Uh, today's video is going to be about how are we going to design our website, beautifully. So you have to acquire a skill if you want to be an entrepreneur, where you are going to build your own website in the very beginning of your entrepreneurship journey. Yes. So past couple of months I have been studying this new framework called Tailwind CSS. Yes. And I have designed two different websites, which is for my own purpose, and it's been fabulous. It's a very good framework. It's very easy to learn, and once you have grasp of this framework, you can actually design very beautiful website for yourself. You do not have to reach out to or you do not have to hire a contractor, or you don't have to hire a third person who can design this stuff for you, but you can actually invest less than 5 or 6 hours into this framework itself, and flawlessly you will be able to build a very good websites. So what am I talking about? Let me show you the website. So this is the Tailwind CSS framework, and I have used this Tailwind CSS framework to build my own websites, and this is very helpful. And this is a mobile first framework. So once you learn this, you can easily scale your website to mobile design. It can accommodate the tablets, and it's very responsive, and it can adapt to any devices. So it's pretty much helpful, and these guys call themselves a utility first. How does this framework differ from Bootstrap? Bootstrap is one of the famous framework out there, for the CSS and website designing, and many of the developers in our community has been used Bootstrap for so many times, and it's been widely used out there, one of the framework out there. Yes. So why did I went with the Tailwind CSS? First of all, if you start learning the Bootstrap, then the thing which you will learn is the pre-built component which comes with the Bootstrap. Those are the easiest ones. And let's say you stick together a website using a Bootstrap framework, and then you later will find out that all the website which is built with the Bootstrap framework will look the same. There is no actually a different feeling for your own website if you start building a website using the Bootstrap, because the components are going to be the same, the color frameworks are going to be the same, a dead component or maybe a text components or a color picker are going to be the same. Everything going to be looked same, and it's just going to be another bootstrappy website. So but when you want to have your own website, you have to have a different image. It has to look apart from everything else which you have done. So how do you do this? And this is where the Tailwind CSS works fabulously. And you can actually look here, how does it work. So you start declaring the first HTML component here, and then you start adding these classes, and these classes are predefined in the Tailwind framework itself, and it's very easy for us to learn this. Initially you will be overwhelmed by a developer who has never designed the website or never used the CSS classes itself. He will be overwhelmed by looking at this design. But when you actually start learning this out, these commands are so short, and once you understand what does the flex do, flex wraps around a responsive container around your entire HTML text. Once you know what the flex does, you will easily be able to use it anywhere. And believe me guys, just don't take my word for it. Go out there are many fabulous courses available on the YouTube. Take a 1 or 2 hour courses how to use the Tailwind CSS framework, get into it and try to implement a smaller design. Yes. And then you will have your own understanding that why this framework is fabulous. So let me give you let me stop ranting about this Tailwind CSS framework and how great it is. Let me show you what can it do for you. And this is coming from a developer who has never designed the website itself. I am one of those developers who always says to everyone that, oh, designing or writing a CSS is not for me. I'm not the guy who is going to write a UI for it. I will have the component built for me. I'm just the guy who is going to put the code which fetches. I'm just the guy who is going to write a code which fetches the data from the server side, and it's just going to create the multiple components. That's me. I've been doing that for the past 6 years of my career life. I have never myself dabbled into designing the websites. But let me show you. Just after 1 hour or 2 hours of learning this framework through some of the content creators from the YouTube, this is everything open. I didn't do a special classes, or I didn't pay $1 to anyone. I just went into YouTube, did some Google searching, found out great articles and great tutorials on the YouTube series, and I just learned them, and this is what I was able to build. Ta-da! You see, this is my own portfolio. This is my own portfolio websites, and if any of you guys have been following me for my code with me live series every night, this is what I have been building towards. This is my one of the goal I have put it. One of my goal for this year is to build the portfolio websites which looks very good. And if anyone who wants to hire me can just go here, can tell it, yes, that whoever the person or the developer has designed this UI is actually a great developer. So this is the first image. Yes, if someone comes here, and he will have actually a good image of me, that this guy can actually write a front-end applications. And see what I have done. This is really a responsive design. Yes, let me show you. I'm going to inspect this, and this is going to drop down to a smaller window, and I'm going to convert this to a mobile view. You see, this is now a mobile view, and it perfectly works fine. If anyone comes to this website through a mobile device, they will have this design. And if I flex this, you see my content within the website keeps scaling and keeps shifting, and it accommodates for different sizes. At no point of the time you will feel that my website is clunky or doesn't look for any size. This is the actually power of the responsive applications. And I was able to learn this. I was able to learn everything within 3 to 4 hours. And after that, it was just me practicing my craft. If I wanted to build my portfolio, I just keep working on it, and slowly I start learning all the concepts, and I was able to develop this. This is one of the example I wanted to show you, that you guys can do this by just putting 2 or 3 hours of efforts into it, and maybe take one small project similar to making your own portfolio, and you can learn this fabulous skill. You can put it onto your resume, and you can show it off to someone. Maybe just brag to your friend that, oh man, I have my portfolio up. Now let me show you what did I do else. What else I have done. You see, one of the project which I've been working on is Charpai. Anyone who is watching from the India can tell this, that this is a traditional Indian Charpai. And I have been playing with this idea that why don't I open up a e-commerce shop where I can sell this Charpai to cater the US audience. So I built this website, where I just put up and this is live, by the way. This is not a fake website. If you can Google it, you can open the charpai.com on your own website, and it's live. You can actually register your phone and email address, and you will be waitlisted for product whenever we have enough products available. So, but you see, It's very beautiful design. Yes, it's very minimalistic, and it's also responsive. You can play this around in your own websites. You can play this around in your own laptops. So this is actually what I wanted to tell you guys, that if you want to build your own website and you want to flex your muscles for UI and UX, you can do it. Just head on to tailwindcss.com. Yes, learn this framework. Go to YouTube, find out some good content creators. Actually, the author of the Tailwind CSS itself has a YouTube channel. He has been doing the live stream where he picks up the random website on the internet who has a fabulous design, and he uses the Tailwind CSS framework and copies everything from their menu, from their menu, from their navigation, to from their color design, from their typography, everything from top to bottom. He will design an entire website within a 2-3 hour of session. So even though, let's say, if you go through some of the 2 hours of tutorial and you don't know how to use this, or you don't know how to everything stick together, what can you do? Go follow that guy, watch a couple of his videos, and you will know how do you build on a website from front to back. And he will show you how do you start with a menu design, how do you make a responsive containers, how do you, if you have multiple products selling on your websites, then how do you make them as tabular, or how do you make them a columnar when it's a smaller screens. He shows you everything from top to bottom, and that's one of the way to learn this also, so let me know, guys, how did you like this video, and where you guys have been thinking about experimenting with this UI and UX tools, and you always wanted to do it, but you always said this is not for me. If you are that guy, try this out, learn this, and give me a comment over there, and then tell me that how did you did this, and did you like the framework or not, and let's have a dialogue here. Yes, and if you guys are interested into putting some hard work and you have been avoiding it, try to join my live stream where I go live for 2 and 3 hours, where I just log in, do my live streaming, and I start working on my stuff. So I can be a colleague for you. Yes, a silent colleague who's been working with you. It's going to be a study member. Think me about a study member who is across the seas and doing stuff for himself, and you are doing stuff at your place, and I'll be the one who will be motivating you, and you can be motivating me by commenting over there, yes, on the live stream, and both of us can participate here. So let's try to use the social media platforms and be productive, instead of just going through social media streams, watching silly videos, and wasting our time. Yep. So that was today's video, guys, and jbaba out. Thank you.